What's going on, people? Will Stewart 365 in the house.
You need to do better than that, okay? I expect more from you. Don't do it again. Oh, hello. Sorry, I was just cuffing the carrot. Welcome to Shelfside Spurs Show on this, the first Thursday after the transfer window. So obviously, there's going to be stuff said. Joining me is Barry. I don't know. Are you Will or Barry today?
Well,
what other can we give you?
It's already started off a little bit crazy. Look, big up to Will. He had full permission. He knew everything that was going on. So yeah, I thought we'd just do it a bit different. As someone else tried to do a Will Stewart intro, we thought we'd do it a little bit kind of better. But yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. We got some crazy people on.
I've got to interrupt you there, Nick, because very early for us, we've got a Phil P in the chat. So obviously, Phil P's here. We got to go. Woo!
Good
on you, Phil. Welcome, and everyone else in the chat. We will have you. I'm sure. I'm doing my notes this week. I didn't do it last week. Last week I didn't write down all the names, so I couldn't do the shout out. So if you were here last week, you'll get the shout out this week. If you weren't here last week, why the fuck not? That's really the key to it, isn't it?
Is it?
It could be. It could be.
Yeah.
I'm very shady at the moment.
You're very
shady. One side of me is very in shade.
Slim shady. You're looking very slim shady, Rez, I would say.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you. I don't really see. I shaved the beard off, and it's only just starting to grow back a little bit now.
Oh no, I didn't. Was that just it? Just the beard, yeah?
It was just the beard. Yeah, it like weighed 4 tons.
Okay.
That's
4 tons. 4 elephants.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway.
One of these people in the background's like never been on. Like he's literally probably sitting there going, "What the hell is everyone talking about?"
No, absolutely. Even those that have been on before are sort of thinking a little bit, "What the hell? Oh my god!" I think what's going through the minds of our guests is that they're desperately hoping that no one before the clock ticks over to 10 minutes says the word "cunt." I know that's what they're thinking. Anyway, should we bring them on?
Let's bring them on. Which order should we bring them on in?
I think in order of hotness.
Oh wow, that's difficult. That is.
I know.
Well, the least hot. It's got to be this person, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Stop it!
He's leaving.
Stop it! Stop! Oh, sorry. I was just slapping my breakaway.
Oh my god, we've never had this before.
What are you talking about, Stel? Come on.
You were slapping. You're slapping the carrot.
Anyway, the next.
I was cuffing the carrot. Yeah.
And he was
who else we got? Who's the next hottest? So Stel is the least hot. Who's like medium hot?
Medium hot. I think it's Johnny.
I don't know what it says about me, Rez. I've just been drinking some carrot juice. So
carrot juice or the juice from Rez and his carrot? I don't know.
Well, this is it. This is the question, isn't it? I don't know why I've now got a carrot on my desk for the next couple of hours.
Better than being up your arse, Rez. Let's just say that.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Only marginally. Only marginally. Oh, thanks. Thanks, baby. No.
Sophie, Iggy can be on if you want him to be on. I'll send him the link. Anyway.
Yes. So essentially, the hottest of the lot is our next guest, right?
It's Zorro. It's Zorro.
Well, that's what they said. The Black Zorro.
The Black Zorro.
Yeah, I like a new signing.
Making his
I've
debut.
never met Ashmatic before, so it's good to have him. It's very good to have him. Also, I think it's very important. It's very important that I do tell people that I'm streaming from my study this week, just in case people were wondering where I happen to be streaming from on any given time. So just for information's sake, I'm in my study.
Anyway,
What?
let's say
let's say
hello to everyone in the chat. Yeah, are you gonna pay attention, Rez, or are you gonna just derail everything? Okay, cool.
I'll be back.
Okay, cool. Now he's fucked off. Good. Anyway, so let's just say hello to everyone in the chat. Bobby K, Phil Baby, JM Spurs, Chris Agambar, Welsh Gal, big up Welshie. Who else is here? Mark Cousins. Evening. Oh, I nearly put you on a timeout, Mark. Sorry, mate. Tom Thacker, Swifty,
Big up, Tom.
Up the Shelf, Side Shitter, Where We're Dreaming of. Okay. Chris Agambar again thinks he's tuned into the wrong show. Not the wrong show. It was not Will Stewart's. 365.
This is the perfect show for Chris. It's the perfect show for
Andrew Gregory, Phil P,
And it's
Stuart 727. Who else is here? Jesus, Ronan O'Donnell, Sophie.
Ronan. Big up, Sophie.
Darius. You're going to say something?
I was just going to say Mrs. Iggy.
Mrs. Iggy,
Yeah.
Francois Parker's Emporium. I've never seen that name before.
Yeah, we have. We've had Francois on before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, Iggy can come on. If Iggy's allowed to come on,
we have space.
Then we've got space for the hottest Italian in wherever you live now, in the middle of nowhere, in the forest, I think is where you live now.
Hertfordshire.
Yeah. In the forest. So yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. Have you guys? There are 46 of you in the chat. It's the big question. Have you given the like and subscribe buttons a long, lingering, sensual back rub yet?
Okay, did you
Hit that like! Hit that like!
You haven't heard that for a while. Anyway.
So we're going full on. Let's rip the shit out of everyone's channels today, are we?
I think we need to. I think we have to. I think it's imperative that we do.
Shit, man. We are
feel
going
at home.
to
I feel at home.
This is why we invited you on, Stel, basically, because this is probably what we were going to do. What if you haven't given the like and subscribe buttons a long, lingering central back rub yet? You don't know what you're missing, right? It's just the best.
Do you know the funny thing is, right? The funny thing is, Stel is going to get heat for us taking the piss out of people because he was on the show. That's Stelios. He went on that show. They were taking the piss. He didn't say anything. Oh my God.
It's absolutely right. It's absolutely right. Right? You've got to fight the power at all points. At all points.
What I like is
get to the back of the queue.
What I like is he's still got the Zorro mask on.
I'm holding out, baby. I'm holding out. It's like the new signing.
Getting his money's worth. Getting his money's worth.
This is showing that Ashmatic is very much in the mould of a shelf-side Spurs show, a shelf-side Spurs show. Yeah,
okay.
He knows. He recognizes. You know, so it's all good. So it's good to have you. It is good to have you. Shall we get on with some show things though? Now, yeah.
I've got a question already. Why is Darren Bent dressed like Zorro?
It's a good question.
Darren
question.
Where's Darren Ben? I'm not an Arsenal fan.
Oh my god!
Now-
I'll be something serious now. Fucking hell.
Now, Mr. Producer, it is that time. Spurs on this day, a la histoire.
It is. And Johnny
Tell us.
was gonna do it, but he's hurt himself.
Yes, he has.
So he's not gonna do it. Okay, so
You're going to do it.
I'm gonna do it on this day in
It's your
1920. Huh?
It's your job.
Okay,
You're the
sorry.
producer.
All right, Jesus. So it's
Come on.
mathematic. Obviously, you've not seen this show because you wouldn't have accepted to come on if you had.
Yeah.
So basically, we don't talk about football a lot. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So we do educate people though with what Spurs on this day in history, and it is all Spurs on this day in history. There's no actual birthdays or world wars or holidays or anything else celebrate. Well, because I couldn't be bothered this week, if I'm honest.
Okay. That's cool.
I put more into the intro than I did into this section of the show. So
That's good, man.
But we have got a quiz. We have got a quiz at the end. So
Have we? Yeah.
we have. Yeah.
Are you doing White Hart Memory Lane with Ashmatic or not?
Not this week because we've probably got too much to talk about.
Well, it depends. It depends how much shit we're talking.
We only do White Hart Memory Lane now on people that that have shown that they're worth doing it for. You did it for me. You did it for me. You did it for me without knowing that I was totally worthless. Right, so that just shows. So we've learned from that mistake, right? And now we test our guests first. I think the Zorro mask has got you a long way towards that, Ash. I've got to say, right? Because right. So then the next time you come on, we'll do White Hart Memory Lane with you.
All right, cool.
Just be careful what you say to Ashmatic, Rez, right? Because I'm not lying. This guy's fucking shredded, mate. Right? This guy makes the chumps on Love Island look like me. That's how shredded this guy is, right? So
yeah, I can imagine. I can well imagine.
Right? Just be careful. Right? Be careful.
No. Easy. We're cool.
We don't want any YouTube drama, Rez. We've got enough with Stel, okay?
I know. It's true. It's so true. I mean, just Stel.
I can't keep up. Who have you upset this week, Stel? Who's in the old firing line? Who's put you in the firing line this week?
Hang on.
We should have that as a section.
Hang on. I'm just busy doing it. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Fans can't handle the truth. What do you want to say? I'll speak the truth and everyone can take it.
Taffy O'Callaghan, his Welsh cap at the age of 22.
Dan Juma's quality. Dan Juma's quality.
Okay. Who has so upset now?
It started.
That's after the thing,
Hang on.
Come on, Taffy. We want Taffy O'Flanagan or whatever his name is. Come on, get it up.
Yeah.
Who hasn't so upset now? Right. Okay. Spurs on this day in history. On this day in history, in 1929, Taffy O'Callaghan won his first Welsh cap at the age of 22. He was the first product of our North Fleet United nursery team to gain full international honours.
What was his real name, Nick? Because I imagine Taffy was just an affection because he played for Wales. Have you got his real first name there?
Well, Rez was alive in 1929. So, Rez, can you tell us?
I would guess his name is something like Llewellyn or something like that.
Llewellyn?
No, I know what it is. I do know what it is.
I reckon it's Tavistock.
Oh, nice. Nice. No, I know what his first name was.
Tavistock O'Callaghan.
You're 5 minutes
10 minutes
too
ago,
late,
he's
John.
right. 10 minutes ago.
His first name was Eugene.
Eugene?
Eugene. It's Eugene. It was actually
No, never. Is that where you got the name from?
Eugene. What's next? What's next, Nick?
What's
Come
next?
On.
Spurs
What's
5,
next?
West Ham 0, League Cup replay.
Yeah. No, wait, Nick. Sorry to interrupt.
What?
It's only because you mentioned that one player. I actually know him because my granddad, who knows his, well, let's say he's not around anymore, but he knew his Spurs history and his favourite player was oh my god, I forgot his name. Who was the Welsh winger in the 60s?
Jones.
Right. So he knew about the Welsh player. So I know this player. I've got a trivia question for you. Which other London team did Taffy play for?
That's a good one.
No.
I didn't.
Have a guess. Just have a
I'm
guess.
going to take a guess. Should I take a guess? I'll guess Fulham.
Fuck off, Rez.
Was it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you googled it.
Fulham exist in 1929.
Yeah, they were formed before us, I think.
And Leicester.
I think.
Play for Leicester as well.
There you go.
There you
So
go.
Leicester City.
a potted history of Taffy O'Callaghan.
That's the only history I know. That's it.
Callahan.
I know nothing else.
Right, next.
Spurs 5, West Ham 0. League Cup replay. Following a 1-1 draw the previous week, Spurs produced a top-class performance with our Ardiles and Hoddle in control, producing some very attractive football in 1987. So that was the last time, for all of the new fans before Pochettino, that was the last time we played attractive football in 1987. So it kind of fits though, right? Because 2007, 1987... the last time we won one trophy in 22 years, it kind of balances. So, see you in 2043, where we're still trying to win a trophy. So
Absolutely. Right.
And the final one is Stevie B. He scored on his debut against Man City, who dominated the game. Hugo Lloris saved the penalty, and Zinchenko was sent off before Spurs, I'd say, take control, took 2 shots, scored 2 goals, and against Manchester City's 18 shots, I believe. I watched the highlights earlier where Raheem Sterling dived after Hugo saved the penalty and got a load of penalties from the
famous meme with Jose Mourinho. We meant to sit down, and then his assistants he should have had the second yellow, and they're up again. That was that game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So there we go.
Yeah, thank you very much. There's your Spurs potted history for this week. So next up, it's Sophie's Corner. What has Sophie been up to this week?
Well, she's been up to a lot of birthdays in the Iggy household.
Yes,
it was Joe's birthday last week. Obviously, Panny the week before had stolen Iggy's porn collection, so I don't know what was left for Joe to steal. Being 15, he's probably, I don't know.
I think we need to. If both the kids have got their birthday on a certain day, I think Iggy's only getting laid once a year, isn't it? And it's on a certain day. Let's work it out. A year ago, it'd be around now. It's going to be about Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Sophie, exactly. So Sophie,
next week,
Sophie,
Iggy.
once a year.
evil people, and also biological. But you guys need to brush up on your biology. A woman's term is not 11 months. Yeah, it's 9.
Okay, all right. So,
you foolish people.
What are you saying?
Sophie said April.
April, yeah.
April.
Yeah, here. Look.
April Fool's. April Fool's Day.
Is it his birthday in April still? Do you know when his birthday is?
That's right, yeah.
Like occasions only. Iggy April.
Right. Anyway,
the second birthday. Is big up to Sophie's dad. So. Stel, if you could pronounce this, because I don't want to butcher it and be insulting. So, Stel, can you pronounce
fucking
it?
Racist.
No, Stel. It's not because you're Greek. It's not because you're Greek. It's because you just happen to know how to pronounce Greek names. That's the only reason.
You're a natural-born orator. We just thought you might go,
Yeah,
that's right.
It says, "Happy birthday to Stelios Giannakopoulos, a true living legend." Racist bastard. Panayotis Vorlumis.
Vorlumis. There you go.
You got to roll the R. It's a
Volumis.
Sophie was also at one with nature this week. She put up a meme of her houseplants watching me put water into the espresso machine. Firstly, do plants have eyes? I'm not sure. Sophie seems to think so, so I don't know what she's been taking, let's just say. Secondly, please buy Sophie artificial plants as any gift moving forward, because obviously if you don't, they will die.
Yes. Yes, I think
two more. Pots and pans.
Two more?
Two more. Pots and pans. When this pot comes out, you know you're eating the exact same thing for the next 3 days. Now, it's a massive pot. I was unsure, and Iggy, you're obviously watching. Can you confirm that you needed a pot to cook a tin of chicken soup in? Because I thought you just put it in a bowl and put it in the microwave, but I'm not sure.
These are the questions. See, Ash, you're laughing, but these are the questions that we explored deeply on Shelf Size Spurs show.
This is crazy.
And the final,
I'm just sitting there thinking, what is going on here? Was it just me?
Why did I say
carry on
on this channel?
Don't worry, man. We'll get to a little bit of Spurs content.
Carry on.
Content.
Don't mind me.
A little bit.
Don't mind. I'm enjoying. This is fun.
And the final one, Iggy got trolled by Sophie, so she was actually trolling Iggy's video. I put a comment of Iggy. Iggy was basically on a hill, like I don't know what he was doing. He was on a hill, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the background, and I just thought, wow, that green screen's got even better in 2023. And Trophy literally trolled Iggy, was laughing.
Trophy? I mean Sophie.
Sophie was trolling. What Trophy was trolling by Iggy's video. I don't know what's going on either, Asthmatic. But yeah, so Sophie was trolling her husband's Good Morning video. So
absolutely,
so yeah, that was an eventful week for Sophie.
It was.
Where did you get this from? Her Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Now, come on, to business, gentlemen. As you know, the transfer window has come and gone, and we've had a couple of incomings and some outgoings as well. Obviously, we had Danjuma comes in, scores on his debut against Preston, which was interesting to see. And we finally, after a month of going round and round and round and round and round and round the goddamn houses, we managed to sign a player that had a quite clearly stated buyout clause. And finally got him over the line right at the end, right at the death, because we couldn't have done it at the beginning, could we? So, gentlemen, let's have your thoughts on Danjuma and Pedro Porro, and whether or not we have ballsed up another transfer window. I'm not biased.
My thing is, why
Still loves Danjuma, by the way. Sorry, Asthmatic, you carry on.
Sure.
Yeah, I know. He definitely loves Danjuma. He's a massive fan, but I don't understand why Levy had to jump on his white horse and come save the day. I don't understand why he couldn't get on the phone and just say, "Look, can you just do a loan deal to the people that are already there?" So that's the one that gets me. It's just the PR, like that. He's obviously. I heard the Fulham game. Levy out. Big up to the away fans, because that energy was felt through my TV screen. How about that? And then even like a couple of weeks ago, when there was a protest outside Hotspur away, that was putting pressure. And I just wonder like what the actual boys think before going out in the game and they're hearing this. I wonder what they're thinking was going through their minds. But either way, I just felt like it was a proper stunt when Levy said, "Oh yeah, boom, let me just go and go out to Portugal and help get the deal done." Like they weren't competent enough to do that. And I just feel like, why is he always getting involved? Because he said to me, he's not to me personally, but he said to us fans that he's gonna not be involved, and then he gets involved in the Jed Spence deal. Then he said he's not gonna get involved again. Like he left the footballing people to do footballing stuff. He's gonna do the other stuff, accounts, finance, for the external factors for the club. And then again, he just couldn't help it. Like I just feel like he's a control freak that he's had to jump in. But in terms of Spurs getting business done, and getting players out. I think coming back to like someone like Paratici, I think when it comes to moving players on, in general, not just January, but in general, he's done quite well in moving players out. I know it's what was it 260 million, 250 million of worth of transfers out on loan, which sounds terrible. But I think before we might have stagnated on getting players out at all costs, and that would have prevented us getting players into the club. So it's like good and bad, if that makes sense. But for me, out of the two, obviously Poro's a lot more exciting. It's more what we need. It's an improvement on the first team because we needed to upgrade the starting 11. The starting 11, especially on the right-hand side, like I'll use Chelsea, for example, and I'll use Liverpool, for example, as well. Their system is very dependent on their wing backs pushing high, pushing forward, and creating a lot of chances for their front two or three. So you've got Trent Alexander, I can't even say his name, Trent. You've got Trent on the right, and you've got Robertson on the left. And you've seen how influential they've been for Liverpool, how much they've created chances for the front two or three, or even four players that come into Liverpool's box. But then you look at Chelsea. Chelsea have gone down, and both of these sides are not doing well this season. And both of these sides, their wing backs have been either in and out of form or they've been injured. But when you look at Chelsea's Chilwell and you look at Chelsea's Reece James, those two players, when they're fit, they make Chelsea tick. They look like a different side altogether. Now we go back to Spurs, and remember, this is our system. The system is of wing backs. Conte's system is built on the wing backs. When it came to creativity, Spurs have been suffering. And I feel like when Spurs came in with their wing backs, they often were a bit too narrow and they weren't wide enough and they didn't push on and they weren't getting enough balls into the box. Like the first game we saw this season was against Southampton. And I remember one of our wing backs crossed it in and then Sessegnon was on the other end. So it was like wing back to wing back, 3 or 4 players flooding the box, maybe 5 players flooding the box. And then Sessegnon finishes off one of the chances. So that's what you want to see on both flanks. One wing back crossing it in, another wing back finishing it, or going to a striker like Kane or whoever's in the pitch, or second balls are falling down and we're making chances because...
The thing I'll say, I mean, we've the sort of tactical setup we know there are problems or there's difficulties, there are challenges and stuff. What is going on here? I mean, everyone was saying that what we're talking about is going to be is giving Conte the backing that he needs. In your view, Ash, and we're going to ask you guys as well, has he been backed enough in this transfer window?
In this particular transfer window, no, he hasn't. But it's not a straightforward answer because in a January window, and remember, Conte is very specific in the type of player he wants. We're not gonna settle in this window for stopgaps or fill-ins or, we want ready-made players that are going to be able to help push the team on now, today. And whether those players are available is another question in itself. So,
you look at Chelsea. I'll come to you, Johnny. You look at Chelsea over the last 2 transfer windows. I think they've spent, I can't remember, it was a huge amount. It's like 400 or 600 million pounds or something ridiculous. Some ridiculous amount of money. Why is it? And we keep asking this question. We've been round this question so many times. Why is it every other club manages to identify the player, go and get them and pay for it and get the transfer done very early? I mean, I remember the BBC Sports app that I get alerts from. They was doing this thing about halfway through the transfer window saying, your view on your club's transfer business so far. And because I'm signed up to every Premier League club, I get 20 of them. This time I got 19. We didn't have Spurs because they hadn't done any business yet. All the other clubs had signed someone. So what is it, John? Why is it that we keep doing this? Why is it that Spurs do it?
The elephant in the room is the fact that they haven't backed him this January, which implicit is that Conte's leaving in the summer, isn't it? They didn't spend the money they agreed to spend because because of all these personal reasons. He wants to go back to Italy and his friends passing away, and he wants to be closer to his family. And DiMarzio's comments, and I don't buy all this, it was lost in translation nonsense, because he said, so that's it then, guys, Conte's leaving Tottenham in July. And then they quickly did a bit of a backtrack, and then because they realised that no players would join us, all the fans are being uproar, all the players are being uproar. So they did this backtrack. He's obviously off, isn't he? So they haven't given him any money to spend because they want to save the money for the next manager to spend. I think that's where it smacks off to me. I mean, to buy two players in on loan effectively and not spend any money, it's always like jam tomorrow, isn't it? So we're going to pass it on to the next transfer window and give the next manager the money to spend. That's what it smacks off to me. To only buy 2 players and not back Conte any further than that. It just smacks these off, to be honest. I think.
Yeah. Still, is this the twilight of Conte's time with the club?
I'm not convinced he's leaving. And I'll tell you why. In the summer, we're going to have Pedro Porro and Udogie, who are both attacking wing backs. I expect us to buy at least one centre back. We'll have Kulu, Kane, and Son, assuming Kane signs a new contract across the front. Basuma will be a better player for me. And we might buy another midfielder. Well, that's a Conte team. It's taking shape. Like these things take time. But I don't know if Conte's bought into this because we still we're going to go into the summer window needing 2 centre backs, a goalkeeper, backup for Kulusevski, an upgrade on Højbjerg. We don't know if Kane's staying. If he doesn't, we're going to need to spend to replace him. We've got 8 players out on loan, 10 if you include Parrott and what's his name, Scarlett. We owe £70 million for Kulusevski and Pedro Porro in the summer, so that's already got into the budget, and we don't know who the director of football and manager is going to be. So this window has left us with a mountain to climb in the summer, and I don't. Even if we will run well, I don't know how you sort all those things out. So that's why I think Conte will leave, because he was looking at it and say this is a joke. But when you look at the team that's being built, I can see a Conte team being built. It's whether you've got the patience to see it out. My biggest listen, Rez, the only thing I'm pissed off with is that the FA Cup's up for grabs this year because everyone's dropped out other than City and United, and Brighton are probably dark horses, but it's there for the taking. We could have gone in this window, bought 3 top players, proper backup for Kulu. I would have been all right with Hakim Ziyech, Porro, and a centre back, and we would have had a chance at the FA Cup. Now, I don't see us winning the FA Cup. I don't see us doing it. I mean, we didn't do enough, so we've missed another chance for me again.
If we can see it, the fans can see all the problems that are at the club. Conte is there day in, day out. Surely he can see them too. So, I mean, how much do you feel? What percentage would you give yourself on Conte staying if you think that he's building a team? What's the chance? 50-50. Any thoughts on that, Ash?
I just think the club's priority is a little bit different at the moment. I know fans are like wanting FA Cups or A Cup. Even if it's Champions League, that'd be brilliant, right? But I just feel the club's priority is top 4. And if you look at the money that comes in to the FA Cup, if you win the FA Cup, I think is it 2 million? I don't know. I think it's 2 million if you win the FA Cup. Prem money wise between 90 and 150 million, that's a given. And then you look at Champions League, you get 18.3 million, which gazumps FA Cup straight away, and you get extra 4 million, which is not a lot if you win the trophy. But I just feel like when it comes to the board, Levy, etc., they're thinking about wining and dining their corporate customers. Oh, look, we've got Milan here today. Come down and spend a fortune. Oh, HSBC come down, or do you know what I mean? That they're more focused on commercial assets, how to grow the club in that sense. Even when you look at the way we done business today on the window, we didn't actually purchase any players. We got them out on loan, albeit that it is structured in a way that, you know, the deal is going to be in the summer for Pedro Porro. It feels like the way we were doing business, again, was another financial smart coup. It's all about, for me personally, it's all about the money and not enough about ambition and about getting the club to the next level, unless it's about top four. And that's how I feel personally. But
I mean,
go on.
The one thing again, to just to bring some in, this I think is where the disconnect is, if you like, or where there's question marks over whether or not the club actually understand or give a shit about what we as fans think. Because one of the things, and I know we're going to come to it, but one of the things that the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust mentioned was, you know, the ambitions for the club and stuff like that. And the response that the club sent them was, oh, we've spent however many hundreds of millions and it puts us in the top quartile of spending, and then they started griping about this perceived lack of ambition. And it's like, for me personally, I don't give a crap how much they say they've spent. I still see a club that has no ambition to actually do what is necessary to win something. That's my view. The fact that they can release this press statement as much as they like, but Daniel Levy is on record as having said to the Supporters Trust that he believes that spending does not correlate with success. Those are his precise words. And if I was to address the club directly, I would say the chairman said that. Don't talk to me about which fucking quartile we're in. Yeah? Tell me why our chairman, our chief executive, being paid £6 million a year, does not believe that spending correlates with success. What do you guys think on that?
Well, shall we go to it? I can bring it up while we're kind of talking.
It's also part of my rant as well. To be honest,
we can Rez, can I ask you a question? Can I ask Rez a question?
Yeah. Of course you
can.
Said just don't upset him.
You I'm not going to upset the bald prick, all right?
Fucking hell, man. That's going quickly.
No, like you said, Rez, that...
Go on.
Bunch of racists.
Go
on. You said that you asked the question, does he care? Right?
Yeah.
I would ask the question, do the fans care? Not all fans, but a significant number of fans. Do they care? Because what have the fans ever done about it? You know, compared to what we see other clubs do in recent times, like United, Arsenal, Everton
Newcastle.
Now.
Newcastle.
Yeah. West Bromwich Albion have actually started an action group against the chairman and what goes on. So, as fans, do we care? Because that's my question.
I think we're a different breed of fan. We're a different breed of fan. I said Newcastle because when I think of Newcastle, the first thing I think of is Ant and Dec. And then the second thing...
Yes,
you're
getting into
comment, it's shelf side. It's shelf side. I get it. I understand the excitement. It's all right. I got it.
Ash, you've just earned your White Hart memory lane. Well done. Next time you're on. Carry on.
There was a movie called Goal, and there was a boy, and basically it was about his living out his boyhood dreams, and it was him playing for Newcastle United, and Alan Shearer was in it. So you just saw the passion of the fans. They're a different breed of fans. Newcastle remind me of like a Liverpool. They're a footballing city. Do you understand? Whereas if Spurs, like our fans, we're not the type of fans to go out and riot. Apart from when the Super League came out, but even when that happened, I didn't really. We were a bit mousy. We're a bit mousy as a fan base. We're kind of mousy. We're a bit like pussies. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to like actual, yeah, we are. We don't say it with our chest. We haven't got really like, or like we're happy to come online. We're happy to do the Instagram or the Twitter and rant. But when it comes to like getting like bodies on the floor, like we're not really about that life. Like you go to United are ready to run into the stadium. You know what I'm trying to say? They're ready to let off flares. I don't know if that's in our DNA.
Asthmatic, you say that, but Arsenal aren't a city. They're down the road from us, and their fans did it. And I've got to be honest with you, their fans aren't that much different from Spurs fans. Most Spurs and Arsenal fans are friends through work, school, college, uni, whatever. So why is it they do it and we don't? Like, because I don't think Arsenal fans are too dissimilar to what Spurs fans are like.
You know,
I don't know about you. I can only talk about my world, right?
Yeah.
I'm the only Spurs in the village where I'm from, yeah? I'm from south of the river. And the fucking Gooners are everywhere. They're like ants. I'm telling you, yeah? Listen, there's so many Gooner fans I know that have never been to the stadium or don't even go. Do you understand? But their support is mad. Their stadium, obviously, 68,000, whatever. They've got fans there. But outside of that, they've got fans on top of that. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So when it comes to like getting 200 people, 300, remember Arsenal Fan TV? You know how much people I used to know on Arsenal Fan TV? Man, them were coming up, chatting, rare, yeah, I've had enough, rare, tear. Like, I don't really see that when it comes to our Fan TV. We're not really out there like that. We're not really, I understand what you're saying. I get your point. Like when it comes to our fans, it's like we've got a hardcore fan base which have voice and do shout out, like the away fans. The away fans, they're strong. They're like 300 in number. Spartans.
I was at Fulham.
Yeah, I wanted to go. I wanted to go. I wanted to go. The Fulham's up the road from me. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it, bro. Like I said, I felt it in my chest, and I was so proud. And I said, yeah, that's what we need. We need more things like this. You know what I'm trying to say? But I just feel like they've got a section of fans that don't even go to the stadium, but they're ready to march for them. Like it's just a bigger support in that kind of, like if I was to go to like, I don't know, Thailand, yeah, you're gonna see a bag of Man City. You're gonna see a bag of Liverpool fans. You'll see a bag of Man U fans. You'll see a bag of Arsenal fans. But in Thailand, you won't really see Spurs fans. You see what I'm trying to say? So when it comes to like protesting and rioting, the numbers they can produce is slightly larger than what we can, if that makes, like, do you know what I mean?
Can I just interject very quickly? We're not talking about actual rioting here, guys. We're just sort of like saying in terms of being able
turning up.
I am. I know we're like kicking the shop down.
I smashed knock down the door and everyone's looking behind him.
I'm up for it. I'm in.
I listen. I've got my mask ready. It's crazy.
The views expressed in this stream are those of the guests and their salons. Southside Spurs Show does not endorse rioting of any nature.
That's nothing. It's not about being pussy. We're all lunatics, mate. We're all on streams arguing with each other. You know?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Especially that one.
Apart from Stell is the only one who doesn't argue with anyone, doesn't have spats with anyone, is never in any sort of problems with it. Other than Stell, everyone else is. Just to be
stand up guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I think it's deeper than that, Schmack. I think there's something fundamentally holding fans back in this club because when I was really young, I remember the protests against Alan Sugar when they wanted him out, and then it came out that Terry Venables was actually in the wrong and Alan Sugar took over. I remember that got really very toxic. I was a teenager, and then. You know, even getting Irving Scholar out, stories I've heard, that was pretty toxic. But that
is it just symptomatic of the fact that football itself has been changed to such a degree that the fans are no longer that? I mean, I hate to sort of use these sort of broad sweeping generalizations, but back in the 80s, let's say, back in the sort of just throughout the 80s, football was still the working man's game. You know, has it changed? I mean, people will say, "Who's this to say that?" You know, I sit in the West Stand, and all around me,
you see, who's this well-educated guy waffling on about sitting in the West Stand?
But Arsenal have got corporate boxes, premium. They're just as bad. They're just as bad.
But that's the thing, yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. The excuse given a lot of the time is, oh, football is different now. The one that I love is, we don't want Spurs to do a Leeds. And funnily enough, they just signed Weston McKennie, who we've been linked to for 2 years. So they did a Leeds. But yeah, is there a fundamental issue with the Spurs fan base, John? Is it?
There is. I mean, I sent Stella a WhatsApp actually after the North London derby because I couldn't believe the lack of any kind of fire that was aimed at Levy after the game. We just capitulated to North London derby. I thought, right, Levy's going to cop it here. You know, we've just lost the North London derby with a whimper. Looked around me at the end of it. There's hardly anyone there, and the few that were there were like, Conte, this football shit, you dinosaur football. Literally, there's nothing going at Levy at all. We'd had our pants pulled down by Arsenal, and nothing was aimed at Levy. I thought the one saving grace about us getting beaten today was like the fire that's going to be on Levy is now going to be unbearable. But there was nothing. Everyone just fucked off, left the stadium. There wasn't so much as a chant, anything, and that was our home stadium. I was in the South Stand. Looked around me, there's no one there. Nothing was going towards Levy. No chants, no abuse, nothing. Everyone just like, oh well, and just fucked off home. So I think you're right, Ash, and still there's something wrong with our fans. They don't want to address the problems, and they don't want to get involved in trying and change anything. I don't understand the lack of apathy or the apathy.
I think it's almost like, sorry to cut you, bro. It's almost like they've accepted mediocrity. Like they said, yeah, you know what, it's typical Spurs.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Work tomorrow. Got to go work tomorrow anyway. So, you know.
Yeah, it was. Well.
Yeah, that passion is just not like across the board. Like, if we had the expectation, like when Conte came, I thought, all right, this is it. We're finally going for it. We're finally getting an elite manager, and we're gonna actually take that leap. And especially when we got that top four, I thought, yeah, this is it. Oh, what? Something's clicked here. Like. And then especially when we started early, because that was very un-Spurs-like, or Levy-like, should I say. When we went early in with the transfers in the summer window, I thought it was Christmas. I couldn't believe it. And the players that were coming out and the money we were spending, I thought, well, hang on there, this is ambition. So I think with a lot of fans, we kind of got duped. Do you know what I mean? At one point, it felt like we were going to take that next step, but then towards the end of the window, it went, and then in January was back to usual because we didn't have any early signings, and it was always to the back end again. Like, I was confused because I thought Paratici was involved. I didn't know this is Paratici style where he acts at the window at the last minute. I thought Paratici would have his own mind and he does his business when he does his business. Do you know what I mean?
5 minutes, I'll be back in a sec, all right?
Cool. Yeah, I just thought I thought it was a thing where Paratici would have his targets. They've had the whole of the World Cup to kind of look at the targets.
The whole of January as well. You think they'd be going, we need centre-backs. These are our first choice, second choice, third choice. But he's on the phone all the fucking time. And who was he speaking to? What was he doing?
This is my point.
Yeah, he's like a lawyer. Probably, yeah. Get me out of jail.
How are we going to get out of this one?
I think in our fan base, I'll be careful, right? I'll be careful. Don't worry, it's your show. I'll be careful.
No, fill your boots, mate. Fill your boots.
I think there's too many flip-flops on social media, doing channels and podcasts. That's my honest opinion. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. When you look at Man United, they've got Goldbridge, they've got I think Football Terrace, they've got United Stand. All of them united against the Glazers. All of them, all the channels, right? If you look at Arsenal, they had the Daily Arsenal. You got obviously AFTV. There's Chronicles of a Gooner, Lee Gunner. There's all of them putting it on Cronky. When you come to Tottenham, and I'm not mentioning channel names because that's where the trouble begins. When you look at Tottenham, You've got some channels that are very Enoch out, Levy out. You've got some channels that sit in the middle and just let everyone speak. Then you've got some channels that refuse to say Enoch or Levy out, or refuse to want to get on board with any kind of action, and who actually, without saying it, they inadvertently or deliberately, by playing the game, defend the ownership and don't want to see the fundamental changes required. And because so many fans now watch podcasts and YouTube channels, there's no united message, right? If for example, I'm not saying this is what we should do, but if 9 out of 10 YouTube channels on Spurs or podcasts said Enoch out, Levy out, Enoch out, if that was like a united message, that little bit of traction we got on social media started the fans in the stadium singing Levy out. And if you had a more united social media front, I think you'd see the levels go much higher. Not quite riot levels like Ashmatic wants, but but you'd see it, because that's what I saw happen at other clubs. And when I look at Spurs, the channels are divided. The platforms, the podcasts, the Facebook groups, they're all divided. And I think there is the problem we've got. And I don't know how you fix that. I've got no idea. I mean,
the reason
I'm the last guy to try and fix it as well.
The reason, sorry to cut you as well. The reason being is we've got the whole Levy out notion has been tainted, where everyone thinks it's super toxic and aggressive, where they're saying, I don't want to be associated with Levy out because they say words like parasites and cancerous, and I don't want to be an aggressive side. Why can I not be on both sides? Why can I not want Levy out, but I want Conte out as well? Or I don't know. They don't seem to. They're scared to kind of associate themselves with the kind of Levy out movement, because they think it just like we're a bunch of hooligans and we can't articulate our thoughts and problems, and our actual issues that we bring forward are actually rationalized in an appropriate way, where you can sit down and think, actually, hang on, this is quite logical. If you look over the last 22 to 23 years, we spent 650 million, where you've got Chelsea, obviously this isn't a radical, but they spent 610 million, and that's basically our whole budget in the whole,
last 10 years,
Enoch, the whole Enoch revolution. Yeah, in the whole Enoch revolution. So 10 years. Yeah. So when you put that into perspective, you're like, hang on, maybe we need to kind of, and then you see how much money that's coming into the club, and you look at the revenue, they're holding back on how much the club's actually made. And then there's announcements about the shopping centres, the cinemas. There's announcements about...
don't forget Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce, WizKid concerts. Yeah, and then even there's like the whole 42 million to South Africa. Like, it just keeps coming. Like, every day it's just something new. Like, but still, people still say, oh, I don't want to be associated with Levy out because that would be wrong. Like, to say, like, I don't know, like Levy out are terrorists or something. I don't understand. So I think that's the reason why when I watch other podcasts, they're like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be like those idiots, Levy out. I'm not going to just stand outside and jump up and down like a buffoon and, sing and protest saying Levy out. It doesn't make sense.
I tell you, actually, go on. Sorry.
No, that was it, really, literally, because that's what I feel. I feel like they're jumping on that bandwagon that, if they actually listen to the actual points, they would be totally on board with it. There's no argument to be had.
But there's ego to play, Ash, isn't there? They don't want to admit that we were right all along. They don't. They won't admit that.
It's an ego thing.
Yeah, it is.
An ego thing.
Johnny, do you know one other thing as well I've noticed? And this isn't an opinion, it's an observation. This is fact. If you look at all those Manchester United channels I mentioned, and if you look at all the Arsenal channels that I mentioned, none of them have got a person on the show, a regular, a host, that is connected to the club, or sponsorship that you could say, that's linked. None of them. Where you look at our social media channels, you could put the argument forward, but be careful because we don't actually know. But you could put the argument forward and say, hold on, that sponsor you've got also is a business directly linked to Tottenham Hotspur. That guy you've got on your show who's regular, he talks and does commentary and involvement with Spurs. Yeah, so we also have that issue that kind of comes into play as well. So it's almost like I don't know if the club have done it on purpose, and I wouldn't put it past Levy. They've actually got cells implanted in our social media fan channels.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
They're controlling. They're even in control of the fan channels.
Exactly. I was going to say that because there should be no reason why one person from each channel should be able to come and have a forum and have a sit down. Do you know what I mean? And have a discussion and say, look, let's have a debate. Let's have it out. Here's our Levy out. Here's our Levy in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And literally sit down and have everyone puts their channel up, their name, puts their links up. And then once a month, there's like a review and we go for it. Do you know what I mean? Like a regular meet. But I'm assuming they don't really want it. They don't want to go there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I haven't seen anyone really reach out and kind of have that kind of debate. I haven't seen that really happen on a mainstream scale where it's all of the like. Sorry, go ahead.
Is it a case of infiltration essentially? So I mean, how do we go about making sure that the narrative that obviously all five of us here, subscribe to, the idea that ENIC are not good custodians of this club, how do we ensure that our narrative is the one that is heard, or is heard as much as the dissenting voices?
One of us needs to get a job at Tottenham. Someone needs to get a job at Tottenham.
It won't be Stell.
It won't be you. Yeah.
I don't think they have much use for guitar players.
Yes, they do.
When
we lose, when we lose 2-0 in the North London derby, you're the guy they'll go and sing and have a drink around.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard.
Here's another question. Are there enough of us to be able to affect, let's say, revenue on a match day basis? So if those of us who really do want ENIC out or Levy, see, the thing is, weirdly, I wouldn't actually class myself as ENIC out necessarily, right? For me, it is the management, it is Levy at the top. And he is the one that dictates the terms, right? If we get a chairman and a chief executive who work the way that, say, Ajax work, Ajax have got business people on their board, but at the same time, they've got a load of football people as well. And it is a balance between making sure that the business runs, but also that the football is done, if you like. Obviously, this season they're struggling and they've just sacked their manager, I believe Ajax have, but look at their president. I think it's not Van der Sar anymore, but it certainly was. He was the president of the club, Edwin van der Sar, former footballer. They've got footballers all along the board alongside business people. So it doesn't necessarily have to be ENIC out. And I would also argue the point that a lot of people make. This is a straw man, and it is said by people who know better. They actually do know better, right, when they say this, unless they've been lying about their backgrounds, okay? They turn around and say that, you can't get rid of Levy because he's one of the two main stakeholders, right? He has to be there. And it's like, he doesn't have to be there, okay? And a great example of that is Walmart. So Walmart are essentially owned by three people. They're the Walton family. None of them occupy an executive position within Walmart. They have a chief executive that is employed. They have a chairman of the board who is someone else. So this idea, and you know who you are when you say that, Levy can't be gotten rid of because he's a major shareholder. The idea that you cannot get rid of Levy because he's a major shareholder is complete and utter bollocks. Okay? And anyone who says it is either lying or has no clue. Okay? So that's my rant.
Yeah, we kind of went early on the rant, so there you go.
Sorry about that. It was related.
Yeah.
related.
Let's get into the response because obviously it's come out.
Now, I've not seen this, Nick, so I'll be interested to see what's
So I'm
happening.
not going to
I've
read
not seen
the
it
full of
either.
it because it's got some of the stuff from it, but I'll just read the short responses that have been given. So there was 4 questions that the Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Trust asked the club. Obviously, they said they were going to, everything's happening this week. Paratici did an interview, then it got taken down because there was a lot of comments on there, let's just say, and then it was put back up, and then there was still comments put on there. So that was it. So anyway, the first question: will the club share its medium and long-term strategy for success both on and off the pitch? How is the club measuring progress, and how does it judge current outcomes against those measurements? So the first bit: in the last 20 years, the club has qualified for European competitions 17 times, 13 of which are currently successive, including 6 Champions League campaigns. It goes on to talk about we set out our business model in last year's financial results announcements. It talks about the foundation, the club strategy. Anyway, the next paragraph, which we'll all be shocked to hear, we have delivered world-class facilities which are in place to generate income for investment in our football activities. Our stadium debt is long-term, ensuring limited impact on the club's ability to invest. So that's bullshit in that paragraph straight away, right?
Well, actually, I've got another rant on that one as well. Can I on this one, Nick? Hold on, very quickly on the stadium debt. This is something that every Spurs fan should be furious about. Because they took out this, however much it was, let's say £800 million debt, right? They took out an £800 million debt that they are not paying off. We are. The club pays its own debts. Where does the club generate money from? From us. We are paying the debt. And then when it's over, ENIC own the fucking thing. Yeah, it's like me going out and buying a house and getting you 4 to pay for it. And then I get to live in it. So tell me why Spurs fans are not fucking angry.
It's a bit defensive, isn't it? They've gone on the bit doth protesting too much, like going in with that stupid business about the last 17 years of being in Europe and blah, blah. What is, they're not exactly coming into it with a conciliatory nature, are they, Rez? They're coming in like, how dare you have a go at us? We've done this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this.
So the next part, completing the stadium was always a key step in our strategy of increasing and diversifying recurring revenues to fund our football activities. So that's twice in 2 paragraphs that they have said that they're funding that they've done things to fund football activities. The COVID-19 pandemic saw a 2-year disruption and a loss of around £200 million, but we are now back on the planned journey of growth. We have seen the return of football, third-party events, and visitor attractions income. Fucking hell, it's like we're talking about Disney World. Growing our revenues is essential for the club to continue to have the ability to invest in players. So twice in that paragraph, talking about investing on the pitch. We want to be consistently qualifying for the Champions League and challenging for and winning major honours. Returning to the Champions League this season was important, although we acknowledge the number of teams competing for those 4 places. We are working hard to build a strong, deep squad with a winning mentality. There's been a detailed review of all departments on the football side of the club in order to constantly improve, and changes have been and continue to be made to ensure we remain competitive, attract and retain the best players, and continue to progress. Improved recruitment and a world-class academy are vital to our future success.
So why haven't they secured the long-term services of the manager? Why have they?
Okay, so this comes in. So the second question: the manager employed by the club has not signed a new contract and tells us that we should lower our expectations about on-field outcomes, which goes against what they've just kind of said in the answer to the first one. He has said publicly that the club needs to spend big money every window just to compete. How does this align with the board's philosophy for achieving success? So, like everyone at the club, our head coach wants the team to compete for top honours. The club has invested heavily in the squad. This is a continual process with the aim of standing the club in good stead on the pitch for years to come. Since opening the stadium in April 2019, we have spent more than £500 million putting us in the top quartile of spending in the Premier League. And we've made significant investments in the women's team too. In addition to the summer investment of over £200 million, we have committed a further £47 million spends this January.
Yeah, committed. That's the key point. Committed to spending. That doesn't mean we've actually spent. It just says we will spend. Again, it's jam fucking tomorrow with these cunts. Pardon my French.
Here we go. This is another little dig. Despite this, we constantly see references to our perceived lack of backing for head coaches and lack of spending. It's important that we deal with facts. Our spend levels quite clearly show that we have backed our football side. There is always a fine line between long-term investment and short-termism, which is why our recruitment has to be first class.
So why is Jed Spence not at the club anymore? Why is Ndombele not at the club anymore? Why is Lo Celso not at the club anymore? Why is Rodon and Reguilon not at the club anymore? It's not about the spend, it's how you spend it. They don't fucking spend it on the players the manager wants, man.
Okay, this is great. This is great.
Fraud, all of them.
Mistakes at this level leave a financial and sporting impact for future seasons. We have felt the financial impact of supporting player purchases, which we have not worked out as hoped. We have taken steps to improve this area of operations, and the recent windows reflect
after 22 years.
Right. The next question around player recruitment. Are you satisfied with player recruitment in recent transfer windows and with the performance of the youth teams and the development and supply of younger players through to the first team? Are there any plans to improve this? Answered above is the first thing. Yeah. We are excited by the young talents we have at the academy. We have always ensured a clear pathway for youth to progress to the first team, along with a development system that includes strategic loan in respect of new players. Jude Sun-Suk Bell is a great addition to our under-21s.
One for the future. Good.
Yeah, and the final question: does the club have a plan for further investment to ensure the club remains competitive on the pitch in face of substantial additional investment by other Premier League clubs? Is the club closest to securing a naming rights provider? Is there a plan for further investment from ENIC or from other potential investors or buyers? Answered in part above.
Yeah.
In response to the latter part of this question, all our conversations with third parties are confidential. With specific reference to naming rights, we are clear that any deal has to be right for the club. Notwithstanding, we currently have our own name proudly on the stadium, receiving global recognition.
Fuck right off, Daniel Levy.
Financial sustainability has been fundamental to how we run this club. Our aim has always been to combine the financial stability of the club with remaining competitive on the pitch. The ENIC investment was timely and critical as we emerged from the pandemic and sought to stay competitive on the pitch. We are ever conscious of the new capital injected into other clubs, which has seen player transfer spending increase significantly. We should be mindful, however, of the implications of the changes to the governance of the game, which will compel greater sustainability and financial fair play. Major changes have been introduced in Europe around FFP regulations, including the newly launched UEFA Financial Sustainability rules, the full impact of which will be felt from the season 2025-26. They are based on 3 pillars: solvency, stability, and cost control, and clubs will have 3 seasons to adjust to them. Many expect that these new rules will be a game changer for the sport. We should also
like the stadium is
of even tighter regulations, and that is the answer to the questions.
Yeah. I bet Man City are shitting themselves.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Snoopy and Charlie Brown when the teacher's talking to him and he's like, wah, 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 wah. That's what that statement was like, a load of noise, and it didn't really, load of rubbish. Yeah, that didn't
so everything we've done, guys, for 22 years has set us up for 3 years.
3 years time, yeah.
So listen, you Spurs fans who've given us over 2 decades, give us 3 more, and then we'll prepare the next statement when you complain. Then, cheers. Nice. All right. Sweet.
It's lucky for Spurs in 2025.
26.
Incredible, right?
Oh, 26. I'll get the
What
guitar.
is there to say, guys? What really is there? Do any of you have anything that you can say that hasn't been said already about these bunch of evil bloodsuckers that are in charge of our club?
Where's the 200 million they claim we spent in the summer? Listen, the worst figures to defend Daniel Levy I've seen are when people said we spent 170 million, but then that's with Romero and Jed Spence we didn't want, and add-ons that haven't been paid because the players we bought in the summer aren't going to achieve those goals because we're not on target to hit them. So even a worst case scenario, if you want to defend Levy, it's 170. Where have they got 200 million from?
They'll include the wages in it, won't they? Still, they'll be bumping their figures up by the wages they're giving them as well.
Johnny, it can't be. The wages are much higher than 30 million a year. The difference. They've literally made up a figure like that. As soon as you said it, Ranjit, we spent 200 million in the summer. No, you didn't.
No, we didn't.
You really didn't. Like even by the most doomsday defend Daniel Levy scenario, they never spent 200 million.
Just to add to that as well, no one really pays the full amount up front. So, for example, we spent 50 million for Richarlison plus 10 million on add-ons, but no club, even the bigger clubs, whatever you want to call them, no one really pays like the whole 50 million up front. It's always done in a structured deal. So over amount of years, suppose the players does a 3 or 4 year contract.
Usually the length of the player's contract.
Maybe they're including Romero, the Romero money, maybe.
So even if they did include the Romero money, that is still not the true figure of how much you've actually spent, if that makes sense. Because we're not paying 50 million up front for Richarlison, so it's going to be even less, and that's with every single player we bought in over the summer.
Nick, there was a question that the trust asked saying, does the manager and the board align in terms of their vision or their thinking? There was a question like that. What was the answer to that about the manager and the board being kind of on the same page?
I'll find that. Hold on. Oh, no, where it is. Hold on.
Do you know what's going to be interesting now, guys?
He says, like everyone at the club, our head coach wants the team to compete for top honours, and then they start going on about spending £500 million. Yada, yada.
They haven't answered the question. I thought not. Yeah. So do you know what's going to be interesting now? This will be what happens next. Will decide what my reaction is going to be. Whether I go absolutely parabolic and blow everything up, not literally, but I will go ballistic. No, I will go nuts across social media and on match day, or whether I just calm, right? I'm going to wait and see what the trust responds with and if they accept those as answers. If the trust accepts that,
Still at the end, it says this is the statement from...
What is the app? Did you order on that?
Yeah, go on, just put yourself on mute because you just...
Did somebody say just eat?
So it says at the end, the Tottenham Hotspur board feels strongly that the establishment of a formal mechanism for fan engagement at Spurs remains a top priority, and we are focused on working with Spurs fans and other Spurs supporters groups to hold the club to account and to encourage open communication with its fans who remain the lifeblood of the club. That's the end of the statement.
Right, so I want to wait and see what the Spurs Supporters Trust says now. What they do.
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
If they accept that,
ridiculous.
then you know it's just PR from the Spurs Supporters Trust. If they reject that as an acceptable answer to as not being acceptable answers, then I'll actually praise them for once.
I just don't think I cannot understand. I cannot understand how anyone can read that, see that, look at what's happening in the club. Look at 22 sodding years of it's becoming, it's not there yet, but it's becoming one of the longest. It was becoming the longest trophy drought this club has seen. The only times that we've had longer trophy droughts have been times when there's been a world fucking war in there. Right?
It's about to be another one. In Tottenham.
This is the thing. For me, I've sat on it and sat on it and sat on it for ages. And this is the thing. If in a way, I've been withdrawing from Spurs, right? More and more and more. I'm getting less and less interested. Not for me. It's not the style of football. It's not the results that we're getting. It is that I cannot. I think to myself, how can I continue to invest my energy when things are not? It's not actually mine, Sophie. It's not my food. I'm here. I'm doing this. How can I continue investing my energy in a club where there is absolutely no prospect of change? There is no prospect of change. I am giving up on the idea of Spurs ever winning anything again.
Do you know?
So what's the point? For me, I support the club because I want us to win things. You know?
Do you know what the key? Do you know what the key thing in that? Yeah, it's true. How dare you ask us questions? Do you know the key thing I took away from all those responses and all those replies? And it was the one thing I wanted to hear, and I didn't hear it, and I knew it. Not once did they mention silverware, trophies, nothing.
They said major honours or something like that.
They said major honours, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Big deal of European qualification. They made a big deal out of European qualification.
You get a trophy for that.
Yeah, true.
When if we qualify for 20 years, it's like, oh, we've got the 20th anniversary of qualifying for Europe.
Now, look, guys, I could rant on and on and on and on and on for this, but because we're an equal opportunity streamer, it's not just about my rants, it's about all you guys' rants as well, right? So it's time for panel rants now. So we're going to go around and each of you can pick any subject you want, right? Could be football related, could be Spurs related, could be completely unrelated to football or Spurs or anything else. And you each get a chance to rant at it. So as he's new, we're going to start with you, Ash.
Yeah,
it's time for your rant. Rant about whatever you want.
See, the thing is now, we can sit down and debate and talk about this until we're blue in the face. But if Spurs beat Man City, yeah, you're not going to hear no leave yell. You're not going to, or all of a sudden, we just start smashing teams and Conte ball starts kicking in. Fans are super fickle. So as much momentum and all of this, like, everyone's like, oh yeah, get the board out, get Levy out, blah, blah, blah. We are super duper. Our memories will be very short. Do you know what I mean? And I think the true people that will stick to, to the cause is the ones that if we don't win an FA Cup, if we don't win major honours,
we're not winning the FA Cup.
I'm just saying, if we,
Sorry.
I mean, like, when we don't win the FA Cup, like, imagine if we did. If we won the FA Cup, you'd hear less of that kind of rant talk. You wouldn't hear it. It'll quiet down a lot. And a lot of people be like, see, where all those Levy out people know, huh? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's my kind of... Can't hear you now, little boy. Yeah, so that's my little gripe. Like, do you know what I'm saying? My other thing, my little other gripe is...
that's a rant.
A lot of people...
rant.
This is my gripe. Upset. Yeah. I'm not... Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, I gotta look after my my mental well-being. So I can't let it get to me that much. But another thing I will say is fans are flip-flopping on Conte, and I don't understand. The guy's been here for just over a year. I just feel like in every other project, managers get like 2 to 3 years, unless you're a Chelsea. But even then, with their new ownership, I feel like they're going to give Potter a longer reign. They're going to give him more of a chance. And I feel like we got top 4, and then all of a sudden, we're 5th, and fans want Conte out. And I do understand it's a stylistic issue, because if we're not going to win anything, people want to see their team play well. So they want the style of football back. But for me, you have to give the manager the tools, the time, and then once that's all in place, then we can say, look, we want Conte in or Conte out. People are too quick to like say, yeah, Conte top 4, yeah, Kulusevski, yeah, look how well we're doing. And then all of a sudden, we're kind of throwing them out. We're throwing like, oh, Conte's no good, blah, blah, blah. He's too stubborn on his tactics. He doesn't do this. He makes substitutions late, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as we win, like, yeah, Conte's the best thing. Like, it's like we've got, what do you call it? You got split personality, bipolar.
Yeah,
it's like we've got bipolar fans. Yeah. wow. That's shooting for you, boy. Yeah.
Johnny, what are you going to rant about? Are you going to continue the ranting about Spurs and football? Have you got something different to rant about?
Nothing's really springing to mind. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know, there's nothing really going on. Like with Spurs, I've kind of resigned to the fact that we've got tossers in charge and nothing's going to change until they're gone now, to be honest. So I don't get angry about it anymore. It disappoints me. It just saddens me that my club has been taken over by people who haven't got his best interests at heart. So I can't get angry about it anymore. Maybe I'm part of the problem because I can't get angry anymore. Yeah.
I've got another grab. I've got another grab now.
No, Ashmag, right? If this is going to be a gripe, you're not interested. If this is full on meltdown, then everyone's interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's just a little bit,
I'm not going to let them do that to me. If I do that, if I do that, they've won. That's how I look at it. They've got the better. Okay. I'm not letting them do that. I'm keeping my composure no matter what.
Is there something outside of Spurs that you feel you could rant about? Because that's what this is all about. It's all about. I mean, John's gets a fine. He's allowed, right? But Ash, you've got to rant. You've got to rant.
It's too political, man. I can't. It's too political.
It's
about they and them. I can't go there. The whole channel gets shut down. So
can we give you a subject to rant about, maybe? Just a random thing.
What, a random subject? Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. I'll try.
I'm vaping, so
Wales seaman.
Thanks. Or Wales seaman, yeah. Can you rant about Wales seaman? Because that will help Bryce out.
I can't. Go on. Wales. I don't even want to repeat the word, but Wales
seaman,
swimmers.
Yeah.
Wales.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if it's in makeup but that's disgusting. I can't take it. There needs to stop. Look, they need to save their soldiers for other female whales. So it's totally unacceptable. Absolutely. And they just need to stop. All this Wales lives matter. That's all I got to say. Just stop, please.
Why do you think the sea is salty, Ash? That's why.
That's it. That's it, exactly. But that was a good rant.
I prefer the swimming pool, to be fair. Like, you know, I know it's got chlorine, it's not natural.
Chlorine,
I'm a bit of I don't really like the sea like that, you know. But black man can't swim, so you know, even though we're surrounded by water. So
is that true? I didn't know that. I wasn't aware.
So Ash, black men can't swim and white men can't jump, yeah?
Basically.
What if they crossbreed?
Well, thank God you're not a diver.
I'm definitely not a deep diver.
Still, I almost hesitate to ask you, but rant at us.
Fuck everyone, fuck the world, fuck society, fuck the left, fuck the right, fuck the yellows, fuck it all, fuck. Inside out, and fuck Enfield Council. Fix the potholes, man. If I go through one more pothole in my nice car that's being damaged by your poor spending of whatever budget you're given, yet you spent 40 million on bicycle lanes and they're all empty. Yay! Fuck Enfield Council. Big up.
That's a rant. Barry, what are you going to rant about today?
I don't know, if I'm honest. The fact that most people will be surprised that I stayed up till 4 a.m. the other night. I'm sure everyone won't believe that.
Yeah.
Rant. That's just.
What were you
doing?
doing?
Are you going to rant about people not believing you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, people aren't going to believe me, are they? I mean, what can I say? I mean, I could talk about ducks being the rapists of the
society.
Kingdom.
true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true, Ashmatic.
it is,
You know, all of this is factual. You know,
Yeah.
Duck, go, yeah?
Well, I'm going to go Ashmatic because he doesn't believe
Duck,
us.
go.
This is
Duck,
factual.
go.
Google it.
Where?
Google it now.
Ducks are the
rapists
of the animal kingdom. They are.
I'm gonna go on DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
And do it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go on DuckDuckGo to see what they say.
You should.
Google's too commercial.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Big up to everyone.
It landed.
94.
Hang on, let me bring that back up. Hang on.
I told you there's cells in the fan base. I told you.
Yeah, that's it.
I am a Levy cell. Part of Levy Qaeda.
Those were our panel rants. So thank you, gentlemen, for your panel rants. We
No,
thoroughly enjoyed
Sibley,
them.
I can fucking prove it. I was on the phone to Kiriakou. I know you don't believe me. I was on the phone to Kiriakou, and
I believe you. I believe you. Because that was a late one.
Can I just ask one question to the panel before we move on? Right?
No.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Makes sense. Keep the show going. Keep it. No, like, and to everyone in the comments as well. Right? And to everyone, Danny the Bunt. Oh, okay. Everyone's.
Oh, Nick. Oh, there he is.
Is that the time you called him? 3 a.m.
3 a.m. 3:04 in the morning. 49 minutes it lasted for.
Is there something going on there? Oh.
It was like a booty call.
Heavy breathing.
I took his credit card details. I had to do some crazy shit, but yeah.
It was just like it was basically 49 minutes of.
You smell so good. You smell so good.
Over the phone.
Hi, Barry.
59p a minute.
Dave, what were you going to say?
Hi, Big Barry.
That sounded genuine. I'm not gonna lie. Actually,
Sorry. No, you know what I'm doing it for him. That's it for him.
Show me a big Baz.
Big Baz.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in that reply from the club.
Inject your whale semen. I need that whale semen all over my face.
Oh wow.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were still going on. I don't know what we're doing. Sorry.
No, you carry on. You carry on.
Oops.
Go
I didn't know we stopped.
One screen.
Excellent. He's one of us now, Nick.
I know. He's twisted.
He's been converted.
He's proper warped. I like it.
Asthmatic is sat there, right? He's sat there all calm. I'm gonna stay calm, and then he's just gone full in now. He 1 hour and 20 minutes in, and he's literally gone. Oh, fuck this! I'll just join the rest of them. I can't carry on being like this.
Damn right.
Fuck
Damn
it.
right.
Team Seaman. Fuck it. I mean,
I did that hand as well. Wow.
Team Seaman.
I'm going to leave you out, Ryan. All right.
Oh,
what's my
dear.
question?
Right, before we get to the quiz, see score prediction.
Well, already? Like that? You're going to drop us in it?
I didn't even introduce
there, buddy. Whoa.
God,
There's no
the team lineup.
There's no Conte, is there? No, there's no manager.
Conte will be there. Conte will be in the stadium. I'll guarantee you. You'll be there.
He's not allowed. He's not allowed for 2 weeks.
We have
We'll
got
find a way.
Abu Dhabi FC
coming to FaceTime from prison, like Danny
the
Mackay.
Spurs Stadium on Sunday or Saturday? Sunday, isn't it? It's Sunday.
So no fucking trains running either. Right, getting up there now.
What's going to happen? Let's have your prescriptions. Let's have your predictions. We'll start with
the meds.
Prescription.
I know you look like the dude in Breaking Bad, but you don't need a prescription.
Give me your prescriptions, send me the Sudafed, and I'll sort it. No, here we go. Right, so we'll start with Barry because you were so keen to ask about the predictions, Barry, or Nick, or Ranjit. Yeah. You go first. City score predictions for home game against Manchester City.
Well, Like I've said it all along. Spurs will go and turn up, and they're going to fucking beat Man City, because that will just be, like Asmata said earlier, that will just be absolute craziness of what's going to happen. So I'm not going to do like Stell and go, if Spurs play 3-4-3, the wind is 12 mile an hour from the right hand side, it's going to be a Spurs win. If it's raining, then Spurs are going to lose.
Rent free, motherfucker. Rent free. Rent free. Always in your mind.
I love it.
I live there. Forget
Shade,
Danny.
the shade.
Forget Danny. It's me you think about free agent.
Oh.
Nice.
No, look, I think it's going to be 3-1 Spurs, and I think Dan Juma is going to put Stell in the mud for a second week running.
Don't be so daft. Don't be so daft, Dan Juma. My God.
2 for Dan Juma and 1 for my boy Emerson Royale.
I know.
Right. Stell, briefly, without huge tactical analysis, what's your prediction?
1-0 Spurs, Dan Juma.
There you go. There you go.
No. I think.
Mute him. He said it now. He said it now.
I'm joking. No, don't do that. If Porro starts,
I swear to God.
Yes. If Porro starts.
if Porro starts, we're gonna win. If he doesn't start, we're gonna lose.
He could
Okay.
help it. He could help it.
Johnny, predictions
Yeah,
for
Nick. Yeah.
City.
3-1 Tottenham Hotspur. Son, Kane, and who else is going to get one? Cooley. Son, Kane, and Cooley. 3-1 the Spurs.
The 3 across the front.
The
Brilliant.
the
Ash.
fortress at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They can't beat us there, can they? You can clip that when they smash us on Sunday. Yeah.
And Ash, your predictions. Oh,
Sorry. 2-1
to
City.
Oh, 2-1 to City. Okay, so 3 wins and 1 loss. Well, we got 3 wins and 2 losses out of 4 of you. Okay, brilliant stuff. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Mr. Producer, is it time for something? Do you think?
It is. I was just going to say, yeah. Let's leave that one, because Sophie jumped the gun a little bit, or as I put, jumped the gub of asking for anything. But it is time for the quiz.
Yeah. Wow. What's it called this week?
It's called More Than a Game Songs.
Ah, fantastic.
These songs have all been adapted by Spurs fans at some stage, who were the artists who recorded the versions of the songs that inspired the chants. So, Rez, I will hand it over to you.
So unfair. You've got a musician on the panel.
That's true. That is true. Okay. So it doesn't actually say who adapted it from Spurs, though. So you can have
Who were the
points.
artists? Who were the artists? Which band? Yeah.
Yeah, right. So December 1965. Oh, what a night. So what you need to do, those of you who've not been here before, what you need to do is change your username. And the way you do that is click on the 3 dots in the top left of your pictures at the bottom, change your names to the answers that you think, and then we'll reveal them and see how you do. Is that clear?
3 dots. I can't see any dots.
Next to, so you know at the bottom where everyone's sort of lined up below the screen, you've got your picture, and then there's a microphone.
Yeah, I'm on full screen, mate. Hang on.
That's the reason. That's the reason.
Full screen wanker.
Yeah.
And then you go to settings.
No. So on that, click on that, and then it says edit name at the top with the 3 buttons. The 3 dots, sorry. Dot.
The 3 Spurs boys.
I'm on my phone, so I can do it.
So on the phone,
I can do it. Yeah.
There
I think I can. I think remove edit name. That's it. I got it. Don't worry. Yeah,
edit name. Yeah. So change the name to thing. Still, I can't bring that up.
Yes, he can. Oh no, you can't.
Yes,
bring
my
it
answer.
up. You disappear.
No, I can't bring it up, mate.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Then I'll just kick you out of the stream. Oh,
Right,
yeah,
I'll change it. I'll
can't
change
bring
it.
that up, mate.
I'll kick Rez out of the street. Rez, can I kick you out of the
You can do
stream?
that. You could kick me out. You could kick
When
me
we
out
do the
if you want.
answers, yeah?
Sorry.
When we do the answers, I'll kick you out, yeah?
All right. So we'll give you the. Okay, so the actual answer is the Four Seasons, and then Nick is now going to take over.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to get rid of Rez. So I'm going to take over, and I'm going to give the answers. So me and Danny on a call till 4 a.m. Well, you changed it. You changed it still, so I can add Rez back in because you changed it.
Yeah, Rez said to change it. I could have kept it. Oh, man.
No, it works. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. So Barry has said me and Danny on a call till 4 a.m. I like that answer. You can have 1 point for that, I think. Stell, you've put Levy out. I like that one very, very much. So you can have 42 points for that one. Ash has put Abba Valley. That's incorrect. So, unfortunately, I can only give you 6 points for that one. Sorry about that.
Mate, that's because Ash is copying what he saw in the comments.
Yeah.
See, I saw that.
I'm looking at the comments.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that? Oh, right.
No.
Common sense? No? Okay, cool. We're not doing it.
John
man.
Okay.
put Norfolk in idea, which is very good, which I do like a lot. So for that, you can have 523 points. There we go. Okay.
I'm just going to check the comments, Rez, while you're doing that. We've got R. Kelly. We've got
Oh, that's
Rolf
fucking
Harris.
loud.
Yeah.
Rolf Allen Harris.
Rolf Harris.
Big up, Al. Barry, I need to do a phone, mate, no Google. Andrew Gregory thought it was Four Seasons Pizza.
Excellent. I like that one.
Following Swifties theme, we've got Michael Jackson. We've got 114 Flying Monkeys. Mark Cousins, Gary Glitter.
Yeah.
Swifty again with 50p.
Yeah.
Sophie, classic song by Beyonce that she'll open the concert with that. Okay, cool.
I think she will.
And that is it in terms for the answers.
Excellent. So, yeah. Moving on to question 2. The song is who wrote "What Do You Want to Make Those Eyes at Me For"?
Oh, days.
Which song was that then? What Spurs song was that? I don't remember.
I wouldn't recognise it from the title, if I'm being honest.
Come on, Ash, put an answer, mate.
Oh,
Don't look at the comments on your
I'm
tablet.
I'm trying.
I'm trying to look at the answers on the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to realise, Ash.
Is it that obvious?
In this quiz, the chat is not your friend.
Yeah.
Is it not?
No, they will put some weird shit in there. Believe me, and we love them for it.
Was that for Nico Crancher, the old smouldering eyes? What do you want to make those eyes at me for? Oh, Nico Crancher from the lane.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
that. Whose song that was?
I'm writing something. Wow. Oh dear.
Swifty, this is a great one.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell.
Wayne Holland as well, the Night King from Game of Thrones. So the answer is that apparently it was written by Emile Ford and the Checkmates.
Fuck.
Here are your answers. Barry has put, because I love the way you smell, Danny. That's rather disturbing, and for that he can have 12 points. Stell has put chicken jalfrezi and keema naan. I don't know if those two go together, Stell, if I'm being honest. So for that, I'm going to give you 1 point. Johnny's put Joe Dolce, which is fucking hilarious because Joel Doce, would you believe, kept Vienna off the top spot, right? So for that, you can have 408 points. And Ash has put Harry Styles.
One lucky, Ash. Close.
I know.
And it was very close. It was very close. For that, you can have 0 points. Moving on. Question. Oh no, do you want to do comments, Nick?
Well, there's this one. Was it Gabrielle? Iggy has asked if Johnny can do a rendition of it on the guitar.
Not that particular song, but
Andrew.
this isn't last word on Spurs, Iggy. I'll get the guitar.
Daniel Levy and the Con Men. So yeah,
like that one. I like that. Yeah. For that, Andrew Gregory can have 8 million points. There you go.
Well done.
There we go. I'm writing these down as we go, so I don't forget. Right. Question 3. Who wrote or who performed originally "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme, A Man After Midnight"?
Yes.
Ash is on fire. He's on fire.
Yeah, but do you know what, Rez? The funniest thing, he doesn't realise actually getting the right answer gets you the most points.
Yes, exactly. It's all about whether or not I like the answer you give me.
Bribery.
I know.
Wayne Holland, Michael Barrymore. Still, that's a great answer.
Okay, everyone ready? All right. So the answer was surprisingly ABBA.
Oh,
I know.
Your first answer.
Barry has put
your carrot.
chocolate. No, I'm afraid that's a no from me. I mean, I love Danny, but him covered in chocolate would just be a sticky mess. So for that, you get 3 points, Barry. All right, okay. and count yourself lucky. Still, ABBA, I spelt it backwards. I like that very much. You can have 70 points for that one. That's very good. Excellent. Johnny's put Barry on the phone to Danny. Yeah, true. You can have 0.6 points for that. And Ashmatic has put slapping your carrot. I like that very much. For that, you can have 42,000 points. That's very good. Moving on to question 4. Comments first. Sorry.
That's right. It's just that one. It was that. Swifty's gone deep. Philip Schofield.
He's gone deep. Schofield, amazing.
Well, she's.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's gone Mick Hucknall. Aaron Dove's gone Boy George.
Boy George,
old bean.
Daniel Levy after the transfer window closes.
Yeah,
that's quite a good one.
Gimme.
And apparently I wrote it for Danny after the call at 4 a.m. Yeah, thanks.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks,
question 4. Who wrote or who originally performed "I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles"?
What do I put for this one?
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 miles. How are you guys doing?
I think I've got it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got this one.
Yep, that may well be in with a chance of being the correct answer, to be honest, though. So are you going to color? Are you going to nail your colors to that particular mast?
Yeah, we'll take a punt.
Excellent. All right. So the actual answer is the Proclaimers, and this is what each of you has put. Barry has put "Away from My Ex-Wife" as she's a massive something or other.
You put an A in there accidentally, Barry.
Yeah, you got one A too many just before the massive. for that, you can have 42 points. I like that one very much, Barry. Excellent. Stel has put dildoforce.com. Is that a request or is that your answer?
What time is it?
For that, you can
Oh no,
have
sorry. It's not 4 a.m.
No, it's not 4 a.m. Not yet. John, you've put the Proclaimers, which is the correct answer. So for that, you can have 1 point. All right?
Boo.
Just
Boo.
one. And I just put Jeff Epstein on Viagra. Fuck me sideways.
Again, Red. Again.
Oh shit, no, I'm on dildoforce.com again. Sorry. For that, you can have 98 points. Okay. So, question 5. Comments. Any good comments there?
Yeah. There's this one, Harry and Meghan.
Right.
Benny and the Vets is what Will Stewart's put. Porro on the way back from getting his medical cancelled again. Getting jizzed on by a whale.
I think you meant jizzed on. I think it's meant jizzed on.
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
That's superb. I like those very much. But on to question 5. The song that we all sing. Can't Smile Without You. Who did that originally? Okay. Can't Smile Without You. Everyone done? Excellent. And then Ash, you're still changing yours. Okay.
Harry, can I get away with this one?
No. Definitely not. I'll leave that with Red.
Oh my god, I don't know. I honestly don't
know. Johnny, you got
Yeah,
to at least put it in the private chat. We've got to see it in the private.
Could you not see it?
No, only me and Rez can see it.
Right. Yeah. It's probably best. It's probably best. I don't.
Put it in the private chat at least. I'll do it. I'll do it. There you go.
No, Danny, no.
Fucking hell. No.
Okay,
Johnny, you'll take us all down. You'll take us all down.
You've gone to Stell's level now.
I've got enough fucking shit as it is.
So the actual answer was Barry Manilow, as we all know, I'm sure. And
I changed my answer.
Each of you, yes, you can if you wish. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Go on, it's you, Johnny. You're allowed.
Mate, I'll leave the stream for Johnny to do that. I'll do a rest.
In the stream, Dave. In the stream.
Where's Charlie? He normally ends the stream.
Okay. So each of you has put "We Fucking Can." Oh, "We Fucking Can." Yes, that's excellent. I like that. You can have 106,000 points for that, Barry. I like that a lot. What else have we got? Stell's put "Fraggle Rock." Yeah, I think Fraggle Rock's good. That's worth 2 points. That's good, Stell. I like it. John has put "Eugene." Now Alan has retired from YouTube. For that, you can have 1,500 points.
Thank you.
And Ash has put "Dan the Man Do Magic." That's very good. I like that. You can have.
Oh my god!
1,000.
Do magic. Don't stop, please. Please make it stop.
What's wrong with
Please
it?
stop.
You need some juju in your life.
At the halfway point,
I've got juju every day, Ashmeg. I've got juju every day. I live in juju.
Do you know what? I don't know what's worse, that we're still going, but there's still 83 people watching.
There's a little bit of juju juice.
Self-sleep.
Big up all those people watching. I was 82 now. One's just left. They got upset. Big up all those watching.
at the halfway point, it's
We're
very,
only
very
halfway.
close.
Fucking hell,
It's
man.
very close between
Halfway.
you. Right, very, very close between you. Okay, so in last place on 187 points is Stel. Okay, so you got a bit of catching up to do, Stel, but it's all to play for.
I'll try my best.
In third place on 2,432.6 points is John. So a little bit of a gap there. In second place on 43,605 points is Ash. And in the lead for the first time ever on Shelfside Spurs Show, he's never been in the lead, ever, is Nick, Barry, Sean, Ranjit on 106,000.
I'm not using Google.
He's not using Google, right? Bear in mind, he wrote the questions. Yeah. So, question 6: who originally sang the song "Sailing"?
Oops, wrong button.
How dare you, Sophie? Of course, it's a fix.
Do you know what's really funny is Sophie and Iggy, one's going to be on their phone, one's going to be on the laptop, and they're both going to be watching us laughing. And oh, that was funny, wasn't it, Iggy? Oh, Sophie, that was brilliant, that bit. Yeah, still miserable, isn't he?
Right. So, waiting for you, Stel.
I'll do some answers. Francis
That's
Drake,
right, got it.
Captain Birdseye, Robert Maxwell, Baratici, now that he's banned.
Yeah.
Will said, just call me Snarrygit. It covers all of Nick's
Oh,
names.
yeah. Yeah, that works. Snarry J. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Okay. Let me just make a note here. Right. So, are you all done? Excellent. Your answers.
Iggy wants to know. He goes, "You're not using Google, but I'm going to need to see where Laura and her phone are."
So, very obviously, the answer is Rod Stewart. Each of you have put. Nick has put Snarry Jet has put black men can't swim, white men can't jump. Yeah, good. For that, you can have 1 point, I think, because you're far too far away anyway.
1 point.
Still put Matt Doherty. I'm not really sure about that one, Stel. Really, I might have to give you a negative number now, because someone has to have a negative number in this quiz at some point. But I might be kind. I'll give you -2. All right, just a gentle one. All right.
Appreciate that.
Big L in Heavy Rain. I like that very much. For that, you can have 162 points. And Ash has put, it's Fisher Union Berlin manager. The randomness really appeals to me on that one. I have to say, I do very much enjoy the random. So for that, you can have 33,000 points. There you go. Next question.
This is a joke.
So, who originally sang? Oh, sorry. Any good comments, Nick?
No. Move on. I'm not. I'm
Lost the will to live.
You're still in the lead, mate. You are still in the lead. You know.
I've never known. I've never known that this. I thought this was going to be a quick quiz. It's gone on for probably longer than the whole show. Jesus.
Yeah, that is a quintessential Shelfside Spurs Show quiz. So, who did She's Electric? I'm going to hurry you along because Nick wants to finish. The Somalian Tourist Board, definitely. But I'm going to hurry you up. Get your answers in.
No,
we're gonna.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who?
Right.
Oh shit! I've taken the comment off. So what is it? Hang on.
She's Electric.
Okay.
Sugar.
Okay. Barry's on, yeah. Okay. We're still waiting for Stell. Henry Hoover. Good answer. I like that one, Stuart. The National Grid. I like that one. Very good. Excellent. All done? Still waiting for Stell? Brad and Matthew. Yeah. Okay. Come on, Stell. Come on. You're holding us up here.
It's not letting me do it. All right.
Okay, here we go. So the answer was Oasis, of course. And each of you has put Barry, not my ex-wife. She's a something. Blank. Excellent. For that, you have 10,000 points, Barry. I like that. Stella's put I shit on the sheet I shit. Cool. That's very good. I do like that. You can have 90,000 points for that. That's good. John, Barry's bonnet makes him look like Julian Dix. That's uncommon.
Oh no!
That is ridiculously harsh. And for that, you can have 200,000 points. Excellent. And Ash, you have put Water Oasis. I don't know if you're referring to the Oasis water park in Swindon, which was very close to my heart as a child. So for that, you can have 150,000 points.
Oh my
Excellent.
God, this is a fix.
There you go. There you go. So, any decent comments, Nick?
Well, this one that I just happened to click on.
Julian Dix.
Julian Dix.
Fuck's sake, that's sticking. That's fucking sticking, isn't it?
Question 8. Who did Walking on Sunshine? Oh, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa.
Was that your cam noise?
I'll share that at another time. Oh, hello.
Oh, I know what to put for this. Yeah.
Just very quickly, in answer to Colin. Colin, we've done the football part of the show. We're just doing the silliness now because we're sort of coming to the end of it. It's a good question. Come back next week, ask it again, and we will probably discuss it. Right? Are you all ready? Are you all done? Mm-hmm. I think so. All right. So Walking on Sunshine was, of course, done by the thankfully inimitable Katrina and the Waves. And each of you has put Shamrock Rovers. You see, under normal circumstances, Nick, that would get you a lot of points.
I know. But you know what? This answer is fucking gold.
When he's in Marbella with, that exactly. Absolutely. That would.
Oh, no, hang on. I've got even better one. I raised that one with this one.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
That's just evil. You people are evil. I love it. Do more. Barry,
he's going to clip it and send it to Cube. Fuck.
Probably. Under normal circumstances, as I say, you'd get a lot of points for that, but these are not normal circumstances, so you only get 3. Sorry, mate. I do apologise. I don't actually apologise. I'm not all that fussed. Scales, but better bought some butter. Is that all you got? Is that it? No more than that. That's, to be honest, mate, that's only worth about 30,000 points. So I'm sorry about that. You know, John Richards' comment should be answered. Getting political, Johnny, getting very political there. You can have 4 points for that. And Ash has put Gabriel Jesus, 7 points, I think. 7 points for that one. There we go. Right, question 9. Who wrote the song Tom Hark? I don't even know how that sounds, to be honest.
What do I?
I've never heard of the song. Anyone enlighten me? Johnny, you're quite musically minded. Do you know the song?
No.
Yeah.
Tom Hark. Is it Hark?
Don't know. I'm guessing it's Tom Hark, as in listen.
Let's have a look.
That's what I would guess. Thanks, sweetie. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Hang on, I'll play it and we'll see if we can.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not going to get copyrighted.
Oh, it's an instrumental. Stuart knows. It's an instrumental. Mark Swift thinks it's called Tom Hanks. Oh,
You're going to get a copyright strike.
yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah, go for it. Keep playing.
No,
It doesn't matter still, does it?
I've got
Anyway.
some tunes as well.
The actual answer. Have you? We're still waiting for Ash. Come on, Ash.
Oh, I'm coming.
Ash.
That's what she said.
Yeah, man. Okay. So here we go. So the actual answer is the piranhas, and this is what you've each put. Rez is still sat on a carrot. That's good, Nick. I like it. You can have -1 point for that. Stel, Ashmatic looks like Thomas Partey. That's
Racist.
Can you
That's so racist. Now.
can you bring up?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Hold on. I think we need.
Only
I think
side
we
by
need.
side, yeah?
Where is it?
Evidence.
Where's the banner? We need the Who is Stel pissed off this week banner.
I deleted it.
Oh, right, okay. So sorry, Stel, for that you can have -1,000 points. Okay, I'm being harsh now.
Fuck.
Right?
I nearly won.
Yeah. Johnny is put Huddleston jumping the shark without giving. I can't read the rest. Hold on. Let me see. Without giving I'm guessing, without giving a shit. That's good. You can have 40 points. And Ashmatic, Trump for president, let's make America great again.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
That's fake news, man. That's fake news.
I've got to make sure that I'm completely neutral here. I'm completely neutral here. So unfortunately, I have to give you 0 points for that one, Ash.
It's that neutral.
Yeah,
That's
I've got to be
neutral
neutral. Be neutral. You see, I can't give you points because that might be seen as supporting what you said, and I can't take it away because that seems like I'm disregarding what you're saying. So I've got to give you 0. I'm afraid. Any good ones in the comment? I know, man.
Let's have a look. What's going on there?
Who's?
Sibley saying I'm just making shit up. Yep. DJ Lucky wants to meet.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. Right.
The whole thing's daft. I don't know why you have to laugh that, or else you cry. I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And Will Stewart, yes, Ash.
There you go. You got a supporter there. Right. So, coming up to the final question, let's have a look at the scores.
There's still
right?
fucking 67 people watching, man. Fucking hell.
So, in a dramatic reversal that in no way was engineered by me, Barry has gone from being first to being last, and on 116,061 points. It's very good.
How am I below him? He fucking causes all the drama, and I'm below him.
Rent free.
Yeah, I know.
In third place is Stel on 119,185 points. So you're doing well there, Stel. Johnny, you are still in second place on 202,638.6 points. It's very good. But taking a commanding lead on 226,612 points is Ash, our newcomer. He's just leapt ahead of the field. So we're coming to the last question. All to play for. There's 1 point available for a correct answer. Agadoo.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got typed something.
Push pineapple.
Who's the coach? Oh, Stell's the coach, isn't he? Yeah. Sorry.
He's in third place at the moment, so not really a winner per se.
Not anymore. I've lost my DBS and my CRB. It's been taken away.
What happened tonight?
There's a £110,000 spread between point spread between first and last. So there's only 1 point available between the four of you. So all to play for. Are you all done? Excellent. Here we go. So the answer is, of course, black lace. And each of you has put the following. Barry has put push pineapples shape the tree. I like that. You can have 0.1 points for that. That's very good. Stel, Johnny looks like Geshka Mendieta.
Mendieta used to play for Valencia.
Gazika Mendieta,
Okay.
Wait, Rez, hold on. Rez, 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute. Do a screen share. Do a screen share. I've just put it up. That's what he looks like. You can tell.
Hold on 1 sec. Here we go.
Johnny!
Yeah, I can see. Yeah. There's an element to that. Yeah. It's a good answer. For that, you can have 0.2 points. There we go. Johnny, if you celebrated April's arrival.
Push pineapples, take the tree.
I like that. That's excellent. For that, you can have 10,000 points. There we go. And finally, I need to take Ash has put Rez as king. What can one say? What can one say? For that, you can have 0.9 points. There we go. And that's the quiz. Would you like to know the scores? Would you like to know?
I came last through a fix.
So in last place on 116,061.1 points is Barry. In third place, even though he did really rally towards the end. I think the minus 1,000 points that I gave him on the 9th question really hurt him. That was 119,185.2 points is Stel. So he came third there, Stel. In second place, even with that late surge, John, you're in second place on 212,638.6 points, but a valiant effort, a really valiant effort. And the winner is our newcomer and latest shelf-side Spurs shower is Ash on 226,612.9 points, except for the special secret winner, who is actually Andrew Gregory with his early entry on 8 million points. So the winner is Andrew Gregory this week. Round of applause.
Well done, Andrew.
Got the trophy out and everything.
That's okay. You can keep that one. It's fine. You can keep it. That's good. That's good. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty much it for Shelfside Spurs Show this week, isn't it, Barry? Is that all we've got for our lovely?
That's all we've got.
Yes.
It's all we've got. Yeah, that's all we've got. We've had
we've had some fun. I think we've had some fun. We need to know where we can find each of our lovely guests. Stel, when you're not causing trouble for the establishment, where can we find you?
You can find me outside Lily White House, throwing grenades, planting landmines, positioning rocket launchers, and just having a cup of coffee with Brian Daigle. So come and join us. By the way, I've just noticed you've got 7 new subscribers. So big up, man. That's wicked. Big up to the subscribers.
Big up, you guys. Fantastic. Thank you. And the
Tomorrow,
link to the Stel's channel is there in the chat, guys. Do please go over and give him a like and a subscribe as well.
Merci beaucoup.
John, where can we find you, sir? Oh, your mic's gone a bit funny, John. We can't hear you very well. You're sort of coming through, but quite faintly.
It's like we're trying to speak to someone in a space station.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we can hear you, but it's very faint. So everyone shut up. Go on, John.
I've got nothing to say.
Okay.
I've got nothing.
Ash, where can we find you?
In the motherfucking gym, son. In the gym. But yeah, Instagram, Mashmac007.
In a particular gym, or just turn up at one and look for you?
I'll find you. A gym near you. How about that?
Love it. Thank you very much for joining us, Ash. It's been brilliant to have you on the show. Please do come back again. It's been fantastic. And Barry, when are you next doing a watch along?
When am I next doing the watch along? You'll be surprised to know. Me and Danny will be doing the watch along on Sunday.
No way. No way you're doing the watch along. Shut up.
Damn. It's gonna be like a sex show, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it.
4 a.m. in the morning.
I mean it can be if Danny wants it to be, you know, but you know.
Danny wants it to be.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
They say big B and little D. Jeez.
Yeah, baby.
Give me a bomb from Tottenham.
Brilliant stuff. And as always, I will now give a big up to everyone who's been in the chat. If I've missed your name, massive apologies.
Have you got 101 names written down, Riz?
I don't think we've got 101 names because it wasn't not everyone who watched commented. So I think it's
unbelievable.
Yeah, why not? Exactly. But anyway, so big up, and really thank you to all of you who joined us tonight. Everyone in the chat, everyone who watched. Big up to Bobby K, Phil Baby, JM Spurs, Chris Agambar, Welsh Gal, Mark Cousins, Tom Thacker, Mark Swift, Andrew Gregory, Phil P, Woo! Stuart, Ronan, Sophie, Darius, Francois Parker's Emporium, Bob Company Spurs, Iggy, Mick, Bill, the Multi-Channel, SOF, Rob Ayres, Coach TPM, Flash Errol, Peter Simons, Daniel Sandoval, Ben Spurs, Graham, Alan Sibley, Will Stewart, What's the Point FC, Full Works, Ben Kaufman, Ron Viniak, Tom 81, Bryce, Tony Rodriguez, Paddy Hartner, Tom 94, Anonymous Worm, Ian Harding, Ian Ferguson, The Royal Spur, Wayne Holland, JJ, Wayne Francois 23, Luca 14, Davinson the Defender, Alama Molla, Reload XXXXX, Jimmy Jammy Git, Elias Krishan, Michael Waters, The Angry Cop, Ishak Taraftar, Danny Kiriakou, Ryan Isaacs, Brazen Bull, Aaron Dove, Kuva, Michael Zito, Davo, Colin Richards, and Mile High Hotspur. Big up to all you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next week, we shall return 7:30 on the 9th of February. Fingers crossed. With, more fun and games and esotericness.
Now because Johnny has returned, we are going to play out on a very special video that hasn't been played for a long time. And I make no apologies.
Sorry, not so.
We'll just leave it with the video.
We do. Please hit the like, subscribe, leave your comments. Big up to you all, big love, and as always, come on, you Spurs.
Leave it out.
What happened?
Leave it out.
I'm going to the Newcastle game, and it'd be great to meet you guys. I know I've already met Nick, but I can meet him again. I don't mind. Because I have to get there. I'll get there around about 2:30, but I'm going to try and get there earlier. So I don't get bumped about or anything. I usually go into the west near the media shop. I go up one level, and I usually have me something to eat there by the first grill bar, and it's actually in the west stand.
Know what I mean? I walk into a stand and people just buy me drinks. It's quite pleasant.
And every time they've always gone, no, Alan, put your wallet away. Like I usually do the driving.
I'll be absolutely shit-faced by half-time.
People, I just let you know, is I only ever have one drink.
I get up about 3 o'clock, go on Persuasion with Eugene, and then in the afternoon I like to go on Tommy Talk.
How's life?
How's life?
Hey, I'm nothing like him.